Namaste yogis! Welcome to our second episode of our Lotus Bay Yoga Gentle Flow series. I'm Abby and I'm really happy to be taking you through this next segment of practice. So we're moving on. We're now at week 2 and we're on the theme of Santosha. So you might have heard that Sanskrit word before, Santosha. Its meaning is complete contentment or entire contentment, way of being. And in the yogic philosophy, it's this idea that at our essential core, our essential nature is to be in complete contentment, Santosha. And us modern humans, we've built up these barriers, built up these walls to access that deep-rooted, complete feeling of contentment. So let's take some time together today to tap into Santosha, complete contentment. And it links to this idea of acceptance and gratitude, accepting everything as it is, imperfectly perfect, and being grateful for every day that you get to live this life. So it keeps coming back to that message of gratitude, of acceptance. So let's start with a seat, so coming down to the ground. You might choose to use a block, a cushion, anything under your hips to elevate you a little higher. You can have your feet stacked in Burmese pose, or you can bring your feet crossed in Sukhasana. Easy pose. So finding what feels good. Today we're going to be opening the heart space and engaging the back body. So expect a little bit of heart opening and expansion here in the upper body. So finding your seat, and when you arrive, maybe taking some movement through the shoulders, rolling the neck, noticing any little pockets of tension, pain, tightness, expansion, release, relief. Just tapping into this moment here in your yoga practice with me. And maybe sending a little bit of gratitude out to the other people that are joining us in this practice. Though you can't see them, they are there. So when you're ready in your seat, closing down your eyes, we're going to just drop into that feeling of Santosha in the mind-body. So just drifting your awareness now directly to your natural breath. Reminding yourself, this body breathes. I am alive. I am here, and my breath is an indicator of that. Allow the hips, the bowl of the pelvis, to move down toward the ground as the crown of the head lengthens up towards sky. Find this new length in the spine, as if the vertebrae had space between each one. Releasing the shoulders away from the ears and softening the jaw, softening the tongue, the eyebrow center, third eye. And tapping into this complete and whole moment. Breathing in, I receive the moment. Breathing out, the moment receives me. Breathing in, I receive the moment. Breathing out, the moment receives me. Starting to lengthen and deepen the breath now, allowing the rib cage to expand 360 with each breath in. And let it go. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4. Continue with your counts in your mind with your breath. Taking one more round of breath. And then drifting the hands to the heart center in prayer pose. Create a little bit of momentum from the left to right palm, so drawing the palms in toward one another. And then lift the elbows and soften the shoulder heads down. Release the jaw. Take a full breath in through the nose. Open mouth, sigh it out. 2 more like that, fully in. And fully out. Last one, breathing in. And breathing out. Take a full breath in to prepare for a silent or audible Om. You can join me or take it quietly. Gently blink the eyes open. Welcome to your yoga practice. Bow your head just for this moment and then come to all fours. So moving directly onto your hands and your knees, keeping your attention within. So keeping the attention to the hands now, and make sure the fingers are spread. Knuckles pressing down, and if you have the tendency to hyperextend the elbows, take a slight bend to the elbows. Knees directly under hips, feet pressing down into the ground. Keeping the toes untucked here. We're going to move into our cat-cows. Inhale, open the heart, tailbone lifts, gaze up. Exhale, dome the spine. As if you've never done this movement before, maybe you haven't. Inhale, open the heart, gaze up, micro bend the elbows, broaden the collarbones. Exhale, tailbone tucks in, draw the chin to the chest and press the hands into the ground. Beautiful. Breathing in, opening the heart space, Santosha. Complete contentment. Exhale, doming the spine. Last round, inhale, open the heart. Exhale, doming the spine. Inhale, opening. Exhale, doming. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine. Lengthen the crown of the head forward and drift the tailbone back. Press the hands down and bend the elbows. Real feel secure into the ground. Beautiful. From here, yogis, bring your left hand a little bit closer in so it's directly under your shoulder head. Reach the right toes back in space. So the toes are on the mat here, the back of the mat. And then energize the back heel and then shift forward and back. Just finding a little bit of movement into the wrists and the back of the right leg. Finding a little stretch here. Nicely done. From here, lift up the right foot so it's hip height. Draw the tailbone down toward the right foot so that the spine is beautiful and long. Option to work here with both hands to the ground, or if you want a little extra challenge, lifting up the left hand. Keep the hand at shoulder height. Beautiful. Keep drawing tailbone down. Let's take a full breath in. Exhale, draw the knee to the elbow, tucking through. Inhale, opening up. Keep that engagement in the lower stomach. Exhale, knee to elbow. Beautiful. Last one, yogis. Inhale, reaching out. Exhale, draw the knee to the elbow. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, left hand down, right knee to the earth. Beautiful. Then swapping over. Take the left toes to the back of the mat. Engage the leg and then feel that movement forward and back. So we get a little bit of a calf stretch here. Beautiful. Enjoy the bliss, the contentment of that sensation, allowing the body to ease into this movement. Option to remain on both hands for this movement, or if you want a little extra, reaching the right hand up and forward in line with the shoulder. Tricep is up towards the ear. Take a full breath in, lift the left foot hip height. Draw the tailbone down to the left foot. Take a full breath in. Exhale, knee to the elbow. Take it slow, like you're moving through maple syrup. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, knee to the elbow. Beautifully done. Inhale, reaching out. Last one. Exhale, knee to the elbow. Reaching the hands out. Right hand to earth. Left knee down. Finding a little bit of movement there. Beautiful. Sink back onto your feet. And take your hands out to the side. So we're going to work a little bit more into the wrist. So we're beautiful. Take your fingers tips to the ground and start to roll the wrists, breathing in and out as you move the wrists in circles and the hands drift up toward the sky. Breathing out, change direction, and call this the dance of the wrists. Beautiful. Keep the energy working to the very fingertips. We're going to do this once more, up and down. Keep breathing deeply. Inhale, change direction, circle the wrists up to the sky. Breathing out, circling the hands the opposite way. All the way to the fingertips, as if the fingers were moving too. Beautiful. Release the hands down, give them a little shake out. And then reach the hands up and overhead. Make the fingers very wide here, so there's lots of space between each finger. Take a full breath in. Exhale, fist the hands. And then do that for as long as you can, as quick as you can, for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, keep going, 5, 4, 3, you've got this, 2, 1, shake it out. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Beautiful. So our wrist should be feeling a little bit more supported now. Let's come back to our tabletop. Take your hands forward and keep the hips directly above the knees. Reaching hands and sliding down until maybe the forehead might touch the ground. Maybe it won't. For our Anahata Asana, heart melting posture. Keep the neck as an extension of the spine. So even if the forehead isn't touching the ground, keep the neck extended in the back body. Now engage the shoulder blades towards one another just a little bit and notice what happens in the heart space. You might find a little bit more opening. Beautiful, yogis. We're here for 2 more breaths. Fully in. And fully out. Fully in. And fully out. Use the rounding of the spine, just like we did in our cat posture, to draw the back body up and then sliding, walking the hands back under the shoulders. Beautifully done. From here, step the hands just a little bit ahead. Tuck the toes under, full breath in. Exhale, lift the hips high. Keep the knees bent and keep the length in the spine, just like we were in our heart-melting posture. So you can feel that length through the arms, through the spine, and then start to pedal out the legs. One and then the other. Keeping the breath as you go. Taking it slow, just easing into our downward facing dog. Beautiful. Then seeing if you can find a moment of stillness here. A moment of simply being. Santosha. Being. Contentment of being without having to do anything else. Joy for just simply being here. With an inhale, lift the balls of your feet. With an exhale, lower the heels back down. 2 more times. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Beautifully done. Last one. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise to the balls of the feet. Look to the top of the mat. Keep your legs as straight as you can and tiptoe to the top.
Bring the feet hip width apart, bend the knees, hands to elbows, ragdoll. Enjoy that feeling of release here in the hands, the arms, the head, the neck. You might sway, you might rock, you might bounce. Whatever you're doing, just make sure the feet are pressing firmly down into the ground so you feel supported and held. And then finding even more softness in the spine all the way down to the crown of the head. As if someone were pouring lovely water down your back and it was trickling down from the top of your head into the ground. One more breath in here. Let it go. Release the hands from the elbows. Press the feet down and take your time to roll up through the spine. Really slow, yogis. Hips are going to come in line with the heart and the head's going to be the very last thing to rise. Beautiful. When you get to the top, take a shoulder roll to open the heart space and take a little squeeze of the shoulder blades towards one another. Coming to our mountain posture. Hands are open and energized. Toes might be touching, big toes, or they might be slightly apart. So find your grounding, whatever feels best in your body. Take a full breath in to simply be here. Take a full breath out to enjoy the sensation of being upright. The joy that it is to be able to stand, to be able to feel this sensation of standing. The simple pleasures, the simple joys. And then coming to the top of the mat, if you're not already there, we'll start to move through some sun salutations. We'll first use our lunge variation. I'm going to take an inhale, reaching the hands up. Keep the tailbone drawing down and feel that expanse through the hands to the sky. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Keep the spine long as you fold down. Uttanasana, forward fold. Now release the head entirely. Release the jaw. And if you need to bend your knees to find softness through the spine, please do. Release the neck. Be here for 2 breaths. Inhale, pick up the right foot and send it down to the back of the mat. Beautiful. Finding a little bit of movement forward and back here, just easing into the shape. You might play with straightening up the front leg a little bit. Beautiful. Now we're here in our low lunge. Take the hands to the ground and then step the left foot back to downward dog. Inhale, ripple through your down dog to high plank. So the legs are hugging up to the sky. The hips are in line with the heart and the hands are pressing firmly into the ground. Keep the neck long. You might need to tuck the chin in slightly to press the back of the head into the space. Take a full breath in. Exhale, lower your knees. Untuck your toes. Shift your weight forward. Hug the elbows in as you lower all the way down. Release the head to the ground. Draw the elbows towards one another. Point the feet into the ground. Energize the legs. Take a full breath in. Lift the head, lift the heart. Think long as opposed to high. Exhale, lower down. Soften. Surrender. 2 more. Inhale, lifting. Thinking length, long spine. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rising. Exhale, lowering. Tuck the toes under so the toes are tucked. Press the hands into the ground and sink the hips to the heels, Keep reaching the hands forward and lower the head down. So we're in a child's pose variation with the toes tucked. Be here for 2 breaths. And then from here, lifting the hips, option to keep the knees as bent as you need in your downward facing dog. With an in-breath, step the right foot forward, find your low lunge on the other side. Again, you might find a little bit of movement forward and back, straightening the front leg a little bit. Just see what feels good. It might feel good just to stay still being in your low lunge. Beautiful. Look forward, open the heart space. Take a full breath in. Exhale, pivot on the back foot and step forward, coming directly to your low lunge. Release the head, release the neck. Draw the navel slightly to spine so that you can find a little bit more softness in the spine. When the front body is engaged, the back body can soften. And when the back body is engaged, the front body can soften. Take a full breath in, rising all the way up, hands to sky. Reaching tall, feel that full extension of the spine. Exhale, hands to heart space. Coming back to mountain pose, Tadasana. Fingertips are awake, hands are spread. We'll take this now with one breath, one move, but keep the pace really slow, really luxurious, as if you're savoring each breath and each moment for what it is, a sacred moment. So take a full breath in, reach the hands up to the sky. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, right foot steps back, open the heart, gaze forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Option to drop the knees or stay as one line. Inhale, lift the head, lift the heart, baby cobra. Exhale, release the head to the ground. Tuck the toes. Inhale, child's pose variation. Exhale, hips to sky, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps forward. Look forward, open the heart. Exhale, downward facing, forward fold. Stepping forward, sorry everyone. Inhale, rising hands to sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Hands returning to mountain pose. Beautiful. We'll take that on the other side with one breath, one move. Keep extending the breath beautifully and long. Inhale, reaching hands to sky. Exhale, bow down, surrender. Inhale, take the left foot to the back of the mat. Open the heart, gaze forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower down. You might stay one straight line, all the way to the earth. Inhale, lift the head, lift the heart. Exhale, surrender forehead to the ground. Inhale, tuck the toes, child's pose variation. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps forward. Open the heart, gaze ahead. Exhale, spring on the back foot, forward fold to the top of the mat. Inhale, we rise, reaching hands to sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Release the fingertips down to the sides. Beautifully done, everyone. Let's take a loving breath in just to be here. And a releasing breath out. Beautifully done. We're going to move through Surya Namaskara A now, which is similar, but we're not going to do the lunges. There's going to be slight variations, so stay with me. Let's come to the top of our mat. Finding your beautiful supported posture with your feet pressing down, hands out to the sides, Tadasana. Inhale, reach the hands high. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bow down. Keep the spine lengthening. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands might come to shins, thighs, or the ground. Keep drawing the back of the heart up towards space and lifting the sternum forward at the same time. Beautiful. Neck is extended. Exhale, folding forward. Hands toward the earth. Step one foot back, then the other. Come to your high plank pose. Inhale, shift your weight forward so the shoulder heads are directly above the wrists. And then exhale, lower down. Hug the thighs up to the sky. Inhale, you might open up to upward dog now. Lifting thighs, lifting heart, micro bend to the elbows, full breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise to the balls of your feet. Exhale, bend your knees. Look to the top of your mat. Step or hop to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, softening down. Inhale, we rise, hands to sky. Exhale, hands bypass the heart to the side body, Tadasana. Let's take that once more. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, halfway lift, strong spine, open heart. Exhale, down to high plank. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, lower down. Keep hugging the thighs up. Inhale, lifting the heart, tucking the toes so they're pointed. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips to sky. Beautifully done, everyone. Now pausing here, we'll find a bit of a flow. Press the left foot down into the ground and inhale, float up the right foot. Bring it to hip height. Dial the toes down towards the ground. Flex the foot, full breath in. Exhale, draw the knee to the chest. Press the knee upward and draw the chest up to the sky. And then step the foot through. So the little toe is next to the right thumbnail. We're finding our lunge position again. Beautiful. Lower the left knee, untuck the left toes. And then inhale, rise up. Anjaneyasana. So instead of going to your full depth down here, come up a little bit. Support yourself through your feet, hugging the outer hips inward toward the midline. Beautiful. Now as your tailbone draws down, what would happen if you brought the hands to touch in prayer above your head and then lifted the heart space up instead of back? Just find a little bit of a heart opener here. Take a full breath in here. Exhale, bring the hands down to the ground. Beautiful. Tuck the left toes, lift the left knee up. Inhale, we rise, crescent lunge, sweeping the hands up to sky. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart space, but create Lotus Mudra so the small finger and the thumb are coming to touch and the rest of the fingers are open. So finding that Lotus Mudra at the heart space. A beautiful sign of opening, gratitude, appreciation. Take a full breath in, gaze forward. Exhale to be here. Inhale, reach the lotus high, straighten both legs. And then exhale, bring the lotus back down, bend the front knee. Back knee can have a micro bend. Inhale, reaching up, both legs straight and gazing up to the lotus flower. Exhale, bend the front knee, bring the hand back down. Beautiful. This time, keeping the front knee bent. Inhale, lift the lotus. Exhale, open out, warrior two. Bring the hands out wide to the sides, fingertips lengthening away from one another in the most loving of ways. And then press the back foot down into the ground. Bend the front knee and gaze to the front toenails so you should be able to see them. If you can't, draw the right knee out toward the right corner of the mat just a little bit more. Take a full breath in. Exhale, lower the hips. Gaze toward the front middle fingernail. Beautiful. Flip the front palm and then reach forward, up and back. Peaceful warrior. So you might gaze toward the back foot or you might gaze up toward the top hand. See how the neck is. Keep the front knee bent. Take one more breath here in the side opener. Beautiful. Coming back to warrior two with the arms, inhale. Exhale, straighten the front leg, reach forward, and then find the back of the right hand to the inner right shin. Lift the left hand up to sky, gazing up to the top fingertips or down to the front toes. Be here for 3 breaths. Allow the feet to press and hug down as the heart space lifts up. Now we have a tendency to draw the left hip out here, so keep drawing the left hip into the midline and the right hip hugs under too. Beautiful. Should be on our last breath here. Breathing in, breathing out. Bend the front knee, ripple back up to warrior two. Exhale, windmill the hands down to the ground, coming to the ball of the back foot. Right foot takes itself back to high plank. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift the heart space, open the collarbone, broaden the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot drifts up, hip height. Dial the toes down, press the foot back, full breath in. Exhale, draw the knee to the chest. Press the knee up to the chest and the chest lifts up to the sky. Press the foot between the hands, pinky toe towards the left big thumbnail. Take a full breath in. Exhale, lower the right knee, untuck the right toes. Inhale, sweep the hands, open the heart, Anjani Asana. And again, not going to the full depth here, but allowing yourself to be supported by the muscles. So outer hips hugging in and the front foot is pressing down. And then you can find a little bit more length through the spine. As the tailbone drifts down toward the right knee, take the hands to meet in prayer. Inhale, lift the heart space up. Gazing to the sky. Be here for one more breath in, little heart opener. Exhale, hands to the ground. Untuck the right toes, lift the right knee. Inhale, sweep the hands up, open the heart, crescent lunge. Beautiful. Both feet hugging down into the ground. Find your stability. Gaze somewhere that's not moving. Take a full breath in. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart, Lotus Mudra. Thumbs and pinky fingers touch. The rest of the fingers are open like a flower. Keep the elbows lifted. Inhale, reach the lotus up, both legs straight and find your balance. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to heart. Inhale, lifting up, find your flow. Exhale, lower down. We've got one more. Inhale, lifting the flower, gazing up, straight in the legs. Exhale, hands to heart. This time keeping the front knee bent. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, warrior two. Opening out long. Pressing both feet down into the ground. Hug the hip bones underneath you so you're in one straight line. Take a full breath in, reach the fingers broad. Exhale, sink the hips just a little. Inhale, flip the front palm, reach forward, up and back. Peaceful warrior. Bringing the gaze down to the back foot or up to the top hand. Keep the front knee bent for one more breath in. And one full breath out. Coming back to warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Reach forward, back of the palm to the inner shin. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Right hand drifts upward as the hips draw into your midline, into the middle of you. Option to gaze down or gaze up. We're here for one more full breath in. And one full breath out. Bending the front knee, warrior two, drifting for a moment. Exhale, windmill the hands down to the ground. Step back to your plank. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful, yogis. Take a full breath in and let it go. Full breath in and let it go. Last one, breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, come to the balls of your feet. Look to the top of your mat. Take those micro steps up to the top. 1 foot at a time. Beautiful. Take a halfway lift. Inhale, lift the spine. Exhale, lower down. Beautiful. Taking your full hand under your foot or taking your peace fingers around your big toes. We want to make sure the toes can meet the wrist creases if you've gone for that variation. Option to bend the knees as much as you need so you can find that. Release the neck, release the shoulders. Take a full breath in. Exhale, bring the pressure into the balls of the feet just a little bit so the wrists can get a bit of relief here. 2 more breaths here in Padahastasana. So we've practiced our handstands today. That's done. It's good to get a handstand in. And then releasing the hands, releasing the feet. Roll up through the spine nice and slowly. Awesome. So Santosha, we want to feel centered. We want to feel stable so that we can feel content. We can't feel contentment if we feel unstable or wish-washy. So let's find a bit of clarity. Let's find a little bit of focus. Let's find our center so that then we can enjoy the sensation of Santosha, the peace. Bring the feet a little bit wider than they are, so they're about hip width distance. We're going to take our hands to our hips and drift your weight over into the right foot. Come to the toes of the left. Now we've got options as we go into our tree pose. You might bring your foot to the ankle. You might bring your foot to the calf muscle, or you might use your hand to assist your foot up into the inner thigh. So I'll let you choose where you want to go, yogi's choice. And remember not to put pressure into the knee joint. We're avoiding the knee so that we can feel bliss, so we can connect to that contentment without the knee pain. And then keep hugging the foot to the area of the body that you've placed your foot and draw the crown of the head up to sky. Now for today, you might keep the hands at the hips, or you might take your hands to your heart in Lotus Mudra. Little finger and thumb meet. The elbows drift up. Find your focus, find your breath. Keep hugging the foot to the leg. And if you can you open your left knee out in space just a little bit more? And the crown and the cherry on top is the back of the neck finding length. Yes, we're here for 1 more breath in and 1 full breath out. Bringing the hands to the hips, releasing the foot down slowly. Awesome, yogis. Bringing the weight directly to the other foot. Come to the toes of the right. Options: ankle, calf, thigh. Finding your variation. Now it might be very different on the other side, so just being accepting of what this other side feels like. And once you've found your focus, once you've found your stability, you might take your hands to your heart in Lotus Mudra, lifting the elbows, and then drifting the crown of the head up as the foot hugs into the thigh, calf, or ankle. Can you then open the right knee out in space just a little bit more? Beautifully done. We're here for 2 more breaths. And then gently bring the hands to the hips and bring the knee in front and lower the foot down. Beautiful. Shake it out, shake it out. We get very serious during our balances, so let's free it up a little bit. Awesome. We're going to go to the ground, but we're going to move through chair pose. We're going to take a little seat as we go. Bring the big toes to touch. Take the hands behind you. Inhale, sweep them down and forward as you find your chair. Draw the tailbone down toward the ground and make sure you can see your toes beyond your knees. If you can't see your toes, drift the shin bones, the knees back. Beautiful. Gazing directly ahead or between the hands. Be here for 2 more breaths. Maybe sink down just a little bit more. We're going to make our way all the way to the ground for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautifully done. From here, yogis, take the soles of your feet together for butterfly, Baddha Konasana. So our knees are out wide, and you might even take your thumbs to the big toe knuckles, which is our kidney 1 meridian, our acupressure point. So we're nourishing our kidneys at the same time. Now, option to stay strong and long through the spine, just working into the hip mobility here. Or if you want to find a bit of softness, a bit of surrender and rounding in the upper spine, you're welcome to take a full breath in. And you're welcome to start hinging at the hips, bending the elbows, and starting to soften the head and release the neck down. Wherever you are, we're going to be here for 4 breaths. So really tune into the depth and length of your breath. You might use the count of 4 in and out. If you need a bit more nourishing, a bit more soothing today, really extend the exhale, bring it to a count of 6 or 8. Keeping the in-breath 4 or 5 with an exhale of 6 or 8. Allowing and accepting the body and this moment for what it is. Being grateful for everything you have, because you have everything you need and more. You do. Sometimes you just have to look a little harder to find it. We'll take 1 more full breath in. And 1 full breath out, starting to hinge up through the spine. Bring the knees to touch, rounding the spine, hugging the legs with the hands, allowing the nose to soften down. Be here with your breath without needing to do anything else. Connect to this moment. Breathing in, I receive the moment. Breathing out, the moment receives me. Breathing in, I receive the moment. Breathing out, the moment receives me. Drifting the head back up, long neck. We're going to roll all the way down to the ground, onto the mat. So taking your time, allowing your spine to support you with the abdominals on. And then drift the knees to the chest. Find a little bit of movement side to side, getting a little massage from the ground. Beautiful. Taking the left knee toward the chest, extend the right foot long. Keep both feet activated and engaged. Take a full breath in. Exhale, draw the knee a little closer to the left underarm. We're here for 2 more breaths. And then drift the left knee above the left hip, so it's directly ahead. Coming to the outer edge of the right hip and draw the left knee across the body. Recline, twist. Allowing the hands to either right hand be on the knee and left hand open out to the side. If you haven't got much space in your home studio, you might bend the elbow and find cactus arms. We're here for 2 more breaths. A rinsing of the spine, an energetic rinsing of the Sushumna, the energy channels that run through the spinal column. And then gently, gently coming back through to your spine. Take a moment here in neutral. Enjoy that blissful Santosha moment where the spine is long and supported. And then hugging the right knee in, extend the left leg long. Both feet are active and engaged. Take a full breath in. Exhale, draw the knee to the chest. 2 more breaths, just like that. And then allowing the right knee to drift so it's above the right hip socket. Come to the left outer hip and roll the knee over. Finding your recline twist on the other side. You might keep the neck long, or you might gaze over to the opposite hand. Finding what feels good in this moment. Finding whatever part of the mind body feels content. And living there for a couple of breaths. And gently, gently coming through to your spine. Allowing the back to feel the ground. You might rock from side to side. You might draw circles with the knee. Beautifully done. From here, we're going to soften into our resting place, our Shavasana. So please feel free to make yourself really comfortable. If you'd rather go and do your Shavasana on your bed or your settee or with a pillow underneath the knees, I advise staying on the mat because it's a sacred space to finish your practice. But if there is somewhere that you feel more comfortable to do that, please do so. And we'll soften down into our Shavasana so that the feet are wide, released. Hands might be out to the sides. You might take your hands onto your body for this one. And just taking a moment here to connect into this feeling of contentment, knowing that everything as it needs to be, including you, whole and complete, just as you are, without needing to add or remove anything. Imperfectly perfect. And I'll mind the time, keeping an eye on the time as you rest. And when you hear a soft bell, that will be the time to come out of your Shavasana, but I'll guide you through that. So committing to this rest with an intention to soothe and nourish. If you haven't already, taking a full breath in and a releasing breath out, soften down toward the ground. Let the bones, muscles, tissues and skin feel weighty toward the earth. And at the same time, there's this lightness of being, soft and open. taking a full luxurious breath into your body and letting it go. Moving toes, fingers, ankles and wrists. And if it feels good to do so, taking a full body stretch with the hands up and overhead, reaching toes to fingers and fingers to toes. When you're ready, rolling to one side with the knees bent, keeping the eyes closed or the gaze low, and being here in a moment of stillness with yourself. Being grateful for this moment, this body, this breath, this opportunity to live this life. What a gift. And then gently using the hands to guide you up to a seat where we began. Bringing the hands to heart center, palms pressing lovingly into one another. Drift the elbows up. Take a full breath in through the nose. And a releasing breath out. Breathing in to prepare for one arm, silent or shared. Take a new breath in. Exhale, bow your head to your heart, thanking yourself for committing to this practice and honoring your mind, body, and spirit through yoga. The light in me embraces and adores that same light within you. Have a blissful day and week ahead. Namaste, yogis.